everyone, Sam here to give a video on how to do the legs on my no-sew dumpster fire. So really quick, when you close the hole on the top, I like to leave a long end and I like to pull through to try to give it more like a flat dumpster shape instead of like a ball. I also know that people have been putting a piece of cardboard in the top before closing to help give it more like the dumpster flat look. But let's show you how to do the bobble feet. So you can see, and this color's kind of bad, but you can see right here we have the back loop only. So I like to do that right in line with the arms. It's just an easier one to find, but you can also surface crochet the feet on by using any stitch. So you're going to go ahead and get your yarn on there and pull through. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you don't accidentally lose this little end. So we're going to go ahead and yarn over and just pull through to get that started. And then make sure that end's nice and pulled tight. So now we're going to go ahead and do the bobble. So we're going to yarn over, go through that same back loop only, yarn over and pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first 2. So now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, go in that same back loop only, yarn over and, go in that same back loop, yarn over and pull through. And you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over in that same back loop, yarn over, pull through, and you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, and I like to give it a little extra one, so you're going to yarn over that same back loop, yarn over. So right here we have 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then there you have 5 loops on your hook. So that is how I like to do the bobble, with 5 official loops right there. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 5, and I like to pinch this part while I'm pulling through all 5. So then in that same stitch that we've been doing this leg in, you're going to insert your hook, and when you do this part, make sure your tail isn't like over the top of your bobble. You're going to want it off to the side. So go through and pull, and then I like just to do a slip stitch and pull through right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that end and pull through to show you what it looks like. So I like to pull that in nice and tight, and then this other short little end, and there you have your little foot. You can do this a different way if you would like. There is the sewing option as well, and then I like to give it a knot, and then I'll tie it one more time, and then just hide the ends within the body. So there you have your one little foot. Do it here with the back loop only, which is that little raised section. Again, you don't have to use the back loop only. You can use any of this area for surface crocheting. I just personally like to use that spot. You would do 1 there, and then 2 back here in line with it as well. So there you have it. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to message me. There's another video with a slower step on how to do a bobble. I think I only do 4 loops on the hook for the end video. So you just repeat the steps until you get 5. But I hope that makes sense. And then really quick at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how I sew the fire together. So keep watching if you want to see that. Okay, so here we have your fire piece. I tied these ends together over here, and then this is where it was finished, and I like to tie those ends. The orange, I leave a nice long piece for sewing. So there's no right or wrong way on how to do this. I just kind of like, just to give it like a little squiggle. Sometimes I'll even like do a little extra right there. It just depends on kind of how I want to shape it. But I usually just like squiggle it together. And then you just go through the bottom and sew it. And you want to make sure that you have all of the pieces when you're sewing it. So when you're done sewing it, like kind of give it a pull, because you don't want this one just to like flop out. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of the base when you're sewing it, and you can kind of like teeter it off to the side to give it more of like a little flame look. Just have fun with it. There is a lot of ends and it is kind of messy. So once you finish sewing this and you go to sew it onto your dumpster, I like to sew it on first and attach it, and then I'll hide all of these loose ends within and then I'll make sure that I like my shape of how I did the fire before I fully secure this off and hide it within. You can also do 2 of these if you want your dumpster to be on a lot of fire. So it's really up to you. There's many different ways. Like you could just roll it and do that and have a little fire. Just have fun with it. But that is how I personally do it. And you, like I said, you just want to make sure that you sew all the end, because if you only sew these pieces together, you don't want it to eventually pop up and be a little loop. So I hope that helps, and have fun making the emotional support dumpster fire.